A crazy political candidate in Louisiana said that if you don't like the police simply because they are police, call a crackhead to save you instead.
Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message. Look.
Yo, I couldn't believe this shit when I saw it, dog. Like, when I saw that shit, I was like, yo, I know this is real. Yo, it was niggas in the comment section like, is this real? Is this real? I knew it was real. You wanna know how I know it's real? Thanks to Donald Trump. Thanks to Donald Trump. Politics is WWE now. Politics is a shit show. Politics is straight entertainment, bruh. Niggas, you wanna know who's gonna thrive now? The funniest nigga alive is gonna be your next president in the next 30 years. You wanna know who, bro? I'm telling you, bro, it's not gonna be the most qualified. It won't be the most educated. It won't be someone with military experience. Won't be somebody with political experience. It's gonna be the nigga that can make you laugh. I'm telling you, bro. And that's what we're seeing now. It's the era of political radicalism. Look at Lauren Boebert. Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Look at Ocasio-Cortez. Look at the crazies. Look at the most passionate, wild people. These are the new faces of politics, dog. I'm telling you, this is the new era that Trump has ushered in. An era of comedy politics. An era of let's just keep it a buck. Celebrity politics. The funniest nigga, may the funniest nigga win. May the funniest nigga be commander-in-chief. Facts. That's where we're at now. Now, I gotta address what he said about the whole police thing. Me personally, I support the police. I'm also a snitch. If I see somebody committing a crime in my neighborhood, I'm automatically calling the police. Nigga, I'll literally put in the wrong numbers, dial into fucking shit so goddamn fast. It'll be 666 instead of 911. That's how quick I'm dialing. If I see any crime in my neighborhood, I'm automatically calling the police. Facts. So I'm pro-police. A lot of people out there were talking that I hate the police, all cops are bad, cops this, cops that. What we got to understand is that law enforcement is integral to society. We need the police. You know, we can't hate the police just because they're police. And I think that both sides of the spectrum are missing a simple solution here. Instead of demonizing all cops, and instead of trying to make it seem like every cop is an angel, how about we just change legislation or bring about new legislation that forces the police to hold their own accountable? Because what was happening here, the reason why people are getting so fed up with the police and have so little faith in law enforcement is because let's just delete all of the George Floyd big shit, like the big massive issues with the police. Let's look at the smaller stuff, right? People see police planting shit on people. People see police doing all sorts of things and facing very little consequence for their actions. And as a result, people lose faith in the police. You can sit there and say, well, not all cops are bad, but when people see these little incidents on YouTube where a cop exposes another corrupt cop and they get fired for exposing the corrupt cop, or a cop plants something on someone and only gets a few amount of years, or a cop steals something and gets away with it, the cops confiscate somebody's money and they can't get the money back. When people see these smaller incidents that don't go viral and they see little to no accountability, faith in the police significantly decreases. And what conservatives got to understand is this: you can't fly these "don't tread on me" flags, but simultaneously make excuses for the police every time they fuck up. There's got to be some level of like consistency here. There's got to be some level of, you know what? We appreciate law enforcement. We appreciate the police. However, there's got to be a standard of performance and a standard of how you're doing your job. The police cannot just be given this free leeway to do as they please simply because they're first responders. And the police are the biggest first responder threat out of all of them. I don't fear the ambulance. I don't fear any other form of first responder but the police. And the reason being is because y'all got to keep this in mind. All of y'all big conservatives who love the police, I love the police too, but we got to keep it a buck. The police are the same niggas that took my fingerprint when I went to go get not my Second Amendment. I already had that. When I went to go get my license to carry my firearm concealed, these traitors, let's just call them what they are, traitors, took my fingerprint. How is it that the police conservatives, answer this to me. Let's be real. How is it that the police can sit there and get all this protection from y'all who go on and on about Second Amendment, liberty, rights, blah, blah, blah? How can they allow these leftists to demand fingerprints in exchange for the right to bear arms? How is it that I can give the police this special treatment and be so pro-cop and not hold them accountable? Because conservatives, y'all don't hold the police accountable. How can I be so in love with the police and yet they won't even defend my rights? Do you guys see why the public are fed up with the police? The public is fed up with the police because the police aren't defending our rights. When these bullshit legislators write laws like, if someone wants to have a concealed carry, they must give up their fingerprint. You want to know who's enforcing that law? The police. When that crazy dude shot up that little school in Uvalde, Texas, you know who didn't break in there and kill him? The police. Border Patrol did. The police and the leeway that conservatives give them is part of the downfall of the police. Because that leeway gives root and gives air and oxygen to the corrupt cops. And those corrupt cops carry out these corrupt acts and eventually they get caught. And the public is like, so we can't trust y'all with shit. We can't trust y'all niggas at all, huh? All right, bet. Fuck y'all. That's what's gonna happen. Now, to address the people who are anti-cop, let's keep it 100. Two niggas break into your crib, two people break into your crib, what you gonna do? You're going to call the police. Even if you got a gun, you're going to call the police. You're going to bust a few shots off, get into a little gunfight, you're going to call the police. You need backup. Let's just keep it a stack. Why are we trying to act like good cops don't exist? Why are we trying to act like every single incident involving the police always turns into something negative? Let's be objective and honest. The police are not as demonic as the mainstream media wants the public to believe. Your average cop is not that crazy. If they were, nobody would even call them in any accident or emergency. Nobody would. We would just avoid them altogether. If the police were that demonic, let's tell the truth. There's a middle ground here that we don't want to acknowledge because the middle ground isn't as entertaining or emotionally engaging as the radical. That's a problem. The police aren't these super gremlin demons. If they were, nobody would call them. The majority of police are reasonable, rational law enforcers. Let's just keep it 100. We need to find a middle ground where good law-abiding officers can thrive and not worry about being fired for exposing corrupt cops in their departments. But there also needs to be an environment where the police know and understand, like, you're not here to be treated special. You are here on the dime of the taxpayer. You don't get to do things that are anti-constitution. You don't get to take our rights away from us. You don't get to take our fingerprint for our right to bear arms. You don't get to do that. There's got to be some, like, the police got to be held accountable while simultaneously being appreciated, and it's possible. So all in all, I thought this video was fucking hilarious, but I also wanted to just like speak on that because I've always just wanted to speak on that. I don't know. I just always wanted to share my opinion on that, I guess. But funny ass video though. He's right though. Call a crackhead. Since you fucking hate the police, call a crackhead. They'll probably get there faster. So let's just keep it 100.